What do you do if your partner is amazing? Like, he's amazing emotionally, physically. Earlier this year, I had to have 2 brain surgeries. He stayed with me in the hospitals. He even washed my butt some of the times.
Damn.
But he wasn't working for a couple of months, and I'm 24 now. So I basically feel like I'm just real grown, and I just want to know, like, how long.
Tell me more about this 24 grown. That's not me talking, that's the crowd.
So what's your question?
Basically, like, we haven't been out on any dates or anything recently, and I just want to know, like, how long do I wait before I feel appreciated?
This saying. And you don't feel appreciated. Can't win.
This is at the point that we have to acknowledge people's capacities. Because while you were in your season of being taken care of, he was the one doing the nursing back to health, right? And he could probably still be trying to regain his capacity for himself after spending his year taking care of you. And as you've gotten able to be better and, oh, I feel better now, I want to go on dates, he's trying to process what he just went through. So instead of you saying, how do I get to the space of me feeling appreciated, what have you done to show appreciation to your man for just nursing you back to health?
You said that you're 24 and you're grown, right? I think this is exactly where you showing your age at. I want to offer that you learn the signs of a good man. Because if you don't, you will become an of-age, mature woman that looks back at him and his wife and his family, and you say, I really done.
Before I got into podcasting, I was a registered nurse. And I'm going to tell you, the idea of love that we have in our youth is not real love. That love where that person is incapacitated, can't wipe themselves, but that partner is there every single day hitting that call light, making sure I bring that meal, watching me wipe and say, you know what, you're not doing it right. Let me step in and do it. That idea of love you got exposed to at 24. You live long enough, you will outlive your money and your house and those cars. And sometimes your children, they get their own lives, they move to different places, and ain't nobody there to take care of you but that woman you treated right or that man you treated right. And I want you to just think about that right now before you make any kind of decision.
Do you believe once a cheater is always a cheater?
Absolutely not. Full transparency. I grew up around straight hustlers who taught you got to have a woman for this, a woman for that. And I'll be honest with you, cheating wasn't even something that you looked at as a bad thing. It was just like, hey, you got a woman for every need. But it wasn't until I got the revelation of who I was, who God made me, what he put on the inside of me, that I was fearfully and wonderfully made, that I was the head and not the tail, the lender and not the borrower, above and not beneath. When I began to know who I was, I realized that, and it's no disrespect to women, but I care so much about myself that I think the integrity of who I am could not be compromised because I got people watching. I got boys. I got little boys who I'm raising to be kings. And if they see an example of a man who running women in and out, that's the same example that they're going to take into the world. But listen, I'm not going to live forever. But they're going to get an opportunity to take whatever I give them, and they're going to get an opportunity to stand on my shoulders. I tell them that you stand on the shoulders of a giant. But how can a giant have 4 or 5 different women running in and out of the house setting the wrong example? So I was a cheater. I cheated. But I realized that that wasn't my identity. So can a person change? I am the poster child of change.
Amen.
All right? So I just believe you can.
Okay.
I have the same stance. A cheater can change. Just like that's your thoughts, baby.
They definitely can.
You know, this the crazy thing about it. So a thief can't change neither? Wow.
A cheater can.
God, I'm in the wrong room. Okay. It's unfortunate that y'all believe people can't change their ways.
That part.
There's a such thing that we go through that are called stages of change. We identify problematic behavior. We identify a pattern. We maintain it. If we fall short, we go back until we correct the problem.
That part.
Why is it that y'all feel like people can't change? People can see the pattern that they have. This is my thing. I keep forgetting the culture and the climate that we in, my Lord. There are certain spirits that people operate in. If you believe God, then you know that God can deliver you from that. Y'all believe in every other spirit, but you don't believe in the spirit that can heal you and deliver you?
Amen.
Are you kidding me? Ain't none of y'all in this room, including myself, we ain't perfect.
That part.
If I conform to who I used to be, I would never be on this stage right now. Kitty ain't perfect. Kitty cheated in the past too. I would never cheat on my husband. You know why? Because God delivered me from it.
Hello?
I recognize the trauma that I was operating in. Y'all really believe that people can't change? I bet you'll be the same person telling people right now, well, I changed. I'm not the same person I used to be back then, 5, 10 years ago. Y'all are so biased, it's sad.
Why does a man always say he want a good woman, but then when he get one, he can't keep her?
Well, you forgot the asterisk. When I said I wanted a good woman, I meant I wanted a good woman with low self-esteem. I wanted a good woman with lack of boundaries when it came to me. I wanted a good woman that placed me in front of herself. I wanted a good woman that cares more about fixing me than healing herself. I picked you because you were a good woman, but it was an asterisk afterwards. Just because you are the woman of his dreams don't mean that man ain't the man of your nightmares. And I'm saying some men seek out the highest caliber woman they can find with the lowest amount of self-esteem. If you had standards from the beginning, that wouldn't have been talking to you in the first place. If you made him work for it in the beginning, he wouldn't have talked to you in the first place. And y'all said yourselves, you'd be like, man, when I started taking off the table, men wouldn't talk to me. Exactly. Because a man that doesn't have intentions with you won't stay by when you have those standards. It won't be worth the fight. And I'm going to say this to y'all, and I know what y'all about to say. You're going to be like, but nah, Ace, nah, I am a good woman. Well, to who? You a good woman to him, but not to your self? Because here you are allowing a man to fumble you. And let's be real, ladies, you didn't even leave after the first time he fumbled your heart. You let that nigga recover it, then fumble it again, then recover it, and fumble it again. By the time you leave, you are limping away. You got a bandage and a broken heart because you didn't, listen, let's call it a beam. He didn't lose you. He got bored with trying to fix that. He left. And I know, I broke up with him because he stopped trying 6 months ago. That man never wanted you with high self-esteem. So that's why he fumbled you, because at some point you found it. At some point you started liking yourself and loving yourself and you got your confidence back. And that ain't the girl I chose. So I'm gonna go find another good woman with an asterisk, like low self-esteem.